It's Week 7 of the NFL, and we'll be watching the Falcons rock it on quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Falcons and the Jets under the lights on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gordon along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
They'll start on the... And right away, he lost the football. One of the linebackers has got it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Holding offense.
So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside.
Entering accessibility screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Down to the 17. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
That's good for a Falcons.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Just a full-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Rodgers now to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
Finding space at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
On first.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Falcons grab it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out...
What, on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball, what's going on. Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Down to the 42, second down.
The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 24 carries, 87 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
2nd and 6.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Robinson on a give right side.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
The Falcons at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Toss play to Robinson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
The rookie from Texas looking sharp on that throw. He gets his guys a first down. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Looking downfield for Godwin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Hall again.
And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He'll look to throw.
Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 9.
They'll set up a throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
A lot depending on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the 1st down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. A big pickup of 38.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another catch for him there, and the numbers starting to stack up a bit. He's closing in already on a 100-yard game. We're still in the first half. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they sit now at 500 on the year. And, Charles, this was a team that really looked lost in that first month or so of the season. But they have had the hot hand lately, winning 3 straight.
I would agree. It's almost hard to believe that this is the same team because we followed them pretty closely throughout this season. And early on, I thought this is going to be a really tough year for this crew. So plenty of credit to them for turning the ship around.
The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now it's Rodgers. And a little floater there is incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson set to take over once more. And he's run well here in the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Again, it's Robinson. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. New York set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now Rodgers. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Straight ahead is Hall. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it will be Falcon football. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They begin the drive with Robinson. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Coup for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now out come the Jets. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Jets on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. Down to the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
2nd and 11. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Will McDonald gets in there to take him down. Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And they try to razzle-dazzle, but the ball's out.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. You hate every fumble. You really hate that. You're going to have great field position, and then he coughed it up.
Boy, they went from elation to deflation in a hurry, didn't they? I mean, everything was working just right for them. That type of a return, that field position that they expected to have, unfortunately, none of it came through.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll look to throw.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
19 Tiger.
They'll look to throw again. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Here's Rodgers.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. And a completion to Wilson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
To throw is Rodgers.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. McPherson's kick is good.
And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here we go.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
That is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to throw again. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Rodgers now to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Here's Rodgers to throw. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson.
He made his first attempt, this from 45.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And he returns this to the 22.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some of the best games of the weekend come in that 1 o'clock Eastern window, one of which features the Panthers at home in Carolina as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the LA Rams.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's been as productive as anyone in the NFL in the middle part of this season. The NFL's leader in receiving yards to this point, and he doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 25 on second down, Rodgers. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Back to throw. Rodgers. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. The Falcons offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. And his big night continues on that last run. The yardage there going to move him over 100 yards now for the ball game. Back to Robinson now on first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
You take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He's been terrific. Up over 100 yards now for the game. Now a first and 10 at the 11. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And will they call it a touchback? No, it's out at the 1 yard line. They were inches there from blowing a golden scoring opportunity.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
123 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. On third down, Robinson.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Let's go.
He'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Falcons first down.
Robinson up the middle.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle on that play by Quinnen Williams. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down.
Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Falcons.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still second down.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Come on. Set.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
3rd and 10.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Now Rodgers.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. Rodgers to throw once more. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Here's Rodgers.
Across the formation, he finds Godwin.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
At the 9-yard line.
They'll run with Hall.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Throwing is Rodgers.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Rodgers going to throw. Rolling to his left. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
They'll try to run it here with Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
from 17 yards out.
And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. They'll run again here with Robinson. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
Brought down back at the 31-yard line.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Buffalo 18. Ready?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Robinson on a give right side. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 153 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Sliding out of the pocket. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's good for a Falcons first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate quite the... And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. And New York set to take the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers, got to have this one. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. To throw is Rodgers. Here's back-to-back catches for Devontae Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16. Here's Rodgers to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Holding offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he goes out right around the 39. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Falcons, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Sometimes you gotta lose yourself to find yourself again. Welcome back, Marlena. Yeah.
One for the money and one for the homies. I move with respect. I don't need nothing on me. The Father may wait for me. Bitches like Bronny. I got my little belly. My blessings, they on me. They rain and they rain. Yeah, you see how I'm coming. Come on.
I caught you red-handed, red lips on some that ain't mine. I should call it off of where we're standing, 'cause girl, you and I don't wanna waste my time. Looking in your eyes, baby, I don't even see you. Running around like you don't even wanna be. I know the story, baby, I got one question. What would you do to you? Would you love you? Would you leave you out to dry? Would you lie, say that running don't cross your mind? And tell me, baby, would you drive you crazy? What would you do? What would you do to you? Knowing you set the whole damn house on fire. Knowing you wouldn't let you make it out alive. For you blame me, tell me that you hate me. What would you do? What would you do to you? And tell me honestly, if you practiced honesty, would you tell the world that you're everything I thought you'd be? Would you take you back? Would you cut you loose? If you were wearing these boots, baby, what would you do to you? Would you love you? Would you leave you out to dry? Would you lie, say that running don't cross your mind? And tell me, baby, would you drive you crazy? What would you do? What would you do to you? Knowing you set the whole damn house on fire. Knowing you wouldn't let you make it out alive. For you blame me, tell me that you hate me. What would you do? What would you do to you? Looking in your eyes, baby, I don't even see you. Running around like you don't even wanna be. I know the story, baby, I want a confession. I got one question. What would you do to you? Would you love you? Would you leave you out to dry? Would you lie, say that running don't cross your mind? And tell me, baby, would you drive you crazy? What would you do? What would you do to you? Knowing you set the whole damn house on fire. Knowing you wouldn't let you make it out alive. For you blame me, tell me that you hate me. What would you do? What would you do to you?
I put the new 4Gs on the G. I dip into the bloody bottoms is underneath. Cause all my got it out the streets. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with the whole team. Now I can't answer calls cause I'm balling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, deep, salty. All this designer on my body got me drip, drip. Straight up out the objects.